What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJCR channel dedicated to Juventus. Can Spalletti reignite the Champions League campaign? Hopefully so today. It's must win. And would you handpick a Portuguese opponent for Juve? Because that's what we're facing. We got Sporting today. And Kenan Yıldız back in for action. And we've got an interesting lineup to discuss. Never a dull moment. We're going to have a lot of fun today around Champions League matchup today. I got Omer. I got Mas. Fellas, how you doing? Omer, guns out today for Champions League. I love it. How you doing, brother?
Well, you can call me Yıldız because I'm back from injury as well. And I'm ready. Yeah, I've been sick for the past 4 days. So I'm happy to be back. And that's about it. Like, a lot of stuff has happened in a week, like that I haven't been.
Oh here. Yeah. So yeah. Omer had a show where we all thought he was great. He thought he was a little bit down, and then he came up with the Cope Miners flu. But now he's good. He's back. We got him at starting left center back, so Omer's back, ready to rock. I love it. New position for Omer. And Mas, how are you doing, brother?
Good, man. It's kind of refreshing not to have, any crazy news stories or anything really major to talk about, to be honest.
It's nothing major, but it's something a little bit annoying that we'll kick off with one of the headlines, and it is around a fellow Canadian. First up, let me just have a sip of coffee here, everybody.
Look at that thing.
No. Champions League is upon us. My goodness. This trophy, by the way, Mas was asking, where the hell did I get that thing? From a supporter. Literally, Berto, I got something for you. I want to send you. This was years ago, probably a year into doing the podcast. And then, no joke, exchange details. And I get this box like 2 weeks later out front of my house. A massive box, obviously, for the trophy. And I'm like, this can't be good. Am I getting bombed? Like, what is happening here? Okay, a full-size Champions League trophy. Unbelievable. Great stuff.
You think you're bombable?
Man, the AJC Army has been solid going that far back. 2019, okay? With just the amount of love shown. So it's appreciative. And speaking of the Army, what's up, everybody that's with us right now? Is What Work Music, Adam Khan, Joe Tellerico, Danny Oliveira, Pino, Bianconeri 80, Chris, David Tamazian, Gugino Eddie. Great to see you all in there, and many, many more. Kokui as well. Mitch in there. We're going to have a lot of fun today, okay? Matt, Cole, great to see you all. Now, drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We kick things off with a headline that I called annoying, and I tackled it yesterday. This is one of the funny things around the channel, etc. People buy into the covers and the thumbnails, and I always say, can you please pay attention to the content? Pay attention to the words. Pay attention to the dialogue. Yes, there was a thumbnail yesterday around the video I did for the news, because the big news of the day was the rumors surfacing around Jonathan David. But I made my claim on there in the video, and some people just don't have the stomach for a little thumbnail or the details or the news that breaks out some of these headlines. Guys, we don't fabricate the news. It's already out there. We're just talking about it. That's fandom. We're just talking about these and the hypotheticals. Now, if you go into talking about this Jonathan David, the rumor is that they've kept contacts with other clubs in Europe. If things do not progress or get better, that Jonathan David and his entourage may look for a move in January. And the rumors also that were surfacing claimed that Juve would also consider potentially moving him if things didn't get better, and obviously because of the fact that it would be all capital gain because he came in on a free. Now, those rumors immediately yesterday, even before Fabrizio Romano touched on it today, they were already denied yesterday. But that doesn't stop the hypothetical. And it doesn't stop a feeling that I have personally Not just in Jonathan David, but in players, but in this team as a whole that we're going to get into right now. Because number one, I was never buying it. I don't think any of us were ever buying that this guy's going to go anywhere in January. It's silly. And I think from a management standpoint, they can't afford to just keep throwing eggs on their face like self-inflicted wounds. But there are fans out there that said, yes, they should look to move him, take that plus Valenza and get somebody else. We're not so much worried about the rumors, but just like this feeling and everyone's take and the heat that Jonathan David's getting. Omer, we're going to kick things off with you in this whole Jonathan David debacle, let's call it.
Look, it's not only Jonathan David. I mean, he's the guy, that the spotlight is on him right now, but it's always someone. There's always someone who has to perform immediately, and if he doesn't, then we should sell him in the first chance we get, the first transfer window. And it's absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. Now, you know how it works. You want to see where people stand, fabricate a story and see the reaction. You want to see if people like a certain coach, throw his name out, see how people react. So Jonathan David's name and him leaving to Tottenham or whatever, Juve looking to sell or get rid of him. And not a few people were saying, yeah, get rid of him. And I'm sorry, that's not how you run a football club. Yeah, he's had a rough time. He hasn't lived up to the expectations. It's also been 3 months out of a 5-year contract. Like we have to stop expecting those guys to come into just a new league, a new language, 2 managers now, and expect them to just whatever slot in. Like everyone is Cristiano Ronaldo, and no matter where you put him, he'll immediately fit in. It just football doesn't work like that. And what about the guys who did perform immediately? Where are they now? Where's Chiesa? How long have we been shitting on Vlahovic after his great start? I mean, those type of stuff usually don't work out. Look at how Modric's career started, Tonali at Milan, and a billion other examples of players who took their time before they started shining. I'm on Jonathan David's side. Yeah, it hasn't been good. He needs to improve, but for God's sakes, give him some time. Give him a season and a half. That's sometimes what certain player needs. Every player and the way he adjusts to new environments and new life. So I don't know, I'm kind of fed up with this waiting for a player's first mistake to just shit on him and say, yeah, that was a bad signing, we wasted money, let's ship him out. I'm done with it. It's not how football works, and we have sold a few players recently that if we had been patient with them, we might have, enjoyed the benefit. But
Yeah.
that's not how football works, and I get that we want trophies and we want success because it's been a while, so we want it immediately. But I mean, patience is the name of the game right now for Juve.
And Mas, anything you want to add into this discussion we're at right now with Jonathan David?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really blame the fan base. I'm going to be honest here, guys. And I'll preface this by saying I was a guy who gave Coop Miners a lot of time. I was the guy that said, you know what, he needs some time to integrate, he needs some time to gel, blah, blah, blah. But I think the fan base is a little jaded now because we've brought in so many players that have just not worked out over the past several years. And I feel like, I mean, at what point do we stop saying that these guys need time? How many of our guys need time? That's just my thinking. It's just,
all of them.
I mean, I realize you need to be a big money club to bring in players that have immediate impacts. And even if you are a big money club, i.e. Liverpool, maybe that doesn't work out for you. We see what's happening there with Wirtz and with Isak and all that stuff. But I think, like I said, I don't think it's a Jonathan David problem. I think the fan base is just jaded overall over the guys that we're bringing in that aren't working out. And we've had this discussion before about, what's in the Juve water that that we can't get the best out of these guys sooner? Like, are we seriously going to be signing players every year and saying, let's wait a year for this guy to integrate into the team and perform? I want to see guys come in and have an impact, right away. Jonathan David, based on his performance in previous years, you would have thought he would have came in and at least had a bit more of an impact than he's had now. I'm willing to give the guy some time, but I mean, a year. Let's be real here, guys.
Are we actually talking about considering moving guys though in January windows when they just come in? That's excessive. That's insane. I understand that fans want players to hit the ground running, but we're talking about half a season? Half a season where your team isn't thriving? And like I said, I'd be more than willing to have a legit discussion about it if you show me everyone else in the attack is just bombing, because right now that's not the case. It's weird to me. It's crazy to me. That's so reactionary.
I'm not saying sell the guy.
Like, I understand. Nobody's blaming the fan base for being frustrated. Yeah, you want guys that you signed to do well. I'm frustrated because I want the team to do well. Right now, my biggest concern isn't about picking out individuals and putting the whole down to them. It's like, well, no, we got to figure this out. It's like Tudor's playing Cambiasso game in, game out, left side, nothing changes. Kalulu, right wing back, nothing changes. The team's playing like shit. I'm frustrated with those guys, but I'm also frustrated in our coach. Spalletti's now coming in. He's got a job to do, and he's got to figure out how to make things work. I'm looking at this whole thing, this whole situation, and my frustration is, why does everything have to be labeled and have to be labeled so quickly? You're going to tell me that you're going to call a player a flop before the month of October was even over. Flop. Why is there such a rush to put a label on everything? It's crazy to me.
But Berto, there's a rush because experience has shown us that the majority of the guys we're bringing in aren't working out, right? That's the problem. So the fear is that this guy could be another one of the players that we've brought in that isn't going to work out. I'm not saying sell the guy. I'm not nowhere near that point yet. It's just, I can understand the frustration from the fan base.
If you want to talk about history, what history has shown us that Nico Gonzalez, who wasn't good enough for anybody in this fan base, is playing very well at Atletico. Moise Kean went on and had a crazy year at Fiorentina, for fuck's sakes. Hans Nicolucci Caviglia playing great football when he left.
Played.
Like, if history's shown us anything, it's maybe you could do more with the fucking players you have.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I the frustration is warranted. I get it. It's also like a culmination of everything that's happening with Tudor, with the formation, with all the frustration we're seeing from different areas, from management, and we take it out on the players and manager because they're like the immediate, what's it called, the usual suspects. Okay, but if there's anything we can learn from the past is that we know nothing. We have no idea what's a career trajectory of a player is gonna be like. We had no idea how Pepe is going to be for Juve. Marchisio first season wasn't great at all. Everyone expected Jovinko to be the next Baggio, and look
Bonucci, awful.
Yeah, we basically know nothing. We never know when a player can start actually paying the bills. Let's call it that. It can be in his first season, second season. It can be never, but you gotta give him more than half a season.
The problem is, Omar, we haven't had guys turn out like that in a bit of time, and that's the concern.
Yeah, right? Even Bremer took a bit of time, but that's annoying. And we didn't aid it with all the management changes, managerial changes, staff, and J Medical. I mean, Juve aren't doing these players any benefits.
But so that's exactly it. This is my thing. If you're talking about a guy, this isn't the first time that we've been concerned with this, with multiple guys, multiple signings. Why on earth do you want to throw away a guy that you just went out, you grabbed, who was on a free, that's in a good age bracket, that had numbers, put up numbers with Lille, by the way, that were rivaling the elite strikers out there over a span of 4 years or whatever it was? I don't get it. It's like we're gonna label him specifically, despite being able to acknowledge the fact that it's multiple guys now. That's wild to me. It's not thinking big picture. It's not looking at what Spalletti has literally been brought in to do. They're banking on experience. They're banking on his experience, his knowledge, his history, and the way teams play to get the attack guys going, because the majority of who we brought in are attackers. And we got to get rolling. The offense has been stagnant. It was flat. It was dying out under Tudor. Why pull the trigger on that when Spalletti's been brought in? It's November 4th. You're going to give him till January, and then that's it? David doesn't get going, like you're done. What's your alternative? Juve can't even do it even if they wanted to. So you'll sell him, you'll get capital. Who are you bringing in January? Lorenzo Luca? I remember those shouts in the summer. That would have been a flop too.
Yeah.
There's something deeper rooted here with Juve. But I'm just kind of like, why do we have to label something so quickly? Colt Miners, we gave a lot of time. Moss, you talked about it. Colt Miners has still been given shots. The guy's got one position left to play. If it doesn't work now, that's goalkeeper. Like, seriously, he's at left center back now today, you guys.
Yeah. Keeps on dropping back.
We didn't sign him for $60 million to play center back. Would have went out and got a legit center back for $60 million, you guys.
Even Mbappe, last season with that star-studded Real Madrid, with everyone, he didn't have a good season last year. His first one at Real Madrid, surrounded by Rodrigo, Bellingham, and all those phenomenal players. And Real Madrid won nothing, and he had a bad season. Look at him this season. Rugani is the only one to keep him quiet in Europe. Scored or assisted in every match. I mean, it's just a bit of patience. Imagine if they were selling him now. Before this season. In the summer, because of one bad season.
We got to get these guys going. This is going to be Spalletti's big task. There's no secret. There's no two ways about it. Even Kamoli, when asked in pressers, he isn't giving an inch when you're talking about new signings. You saw how quickly he brushed that off, and he goes, no, I have zero concerns about any of the new signings, like, period. For me, if you have a deeper rooted issue, which I think it is, I'm not putting it all down to David. Number one, you've played 51% of the minutes so far in this season. We've played how many different setups? We've played him in a couple different roles. We've played him in different partnerships. The best one is one that we haven't even seen for quite some time. And that was Yıldız, David, and Chico at the start of the year. Looked like it had some potential to grow, to develop into something. We went away from it, shot the guy's confidence. Everybody was calling for Vlahovic. We never saw David again. We didn't see him in that partnership with that trident again. And then it's like, okay, now you're opening up questions. Media starts to hit. It's all good. But if you pay attention to Jonathan David, if you followed him, you would know that this is the exact same conversation that all of us are having. That was the same thing at Lille. He was a big signing for Lille when he went there. And he was slow going at the start. They had the same discussions. Get rid of this guy before it's too late. Try to get some damage control. Pull the shoot. See you later. And then, boom. They were talking a whole different tune. Once he integrated, however the time frame was, etc., he hit the ground running, and it was boom. He's done well everywhere he's been. Prior to that, he's done well national side. I'm not worried about David. I'm worried about Juve.
Yep.
Because when you give me Cambiaso long droughts, when you give me Cope Miners now at a position of left center back, when you give me Openda, we can't train this guy to fire the ball one time. It's like when you get, the list goes on and on of guys that are struggling. Thuram can't find impactful matches consistently. Like, there's bigger things going on. It's just scapegoating. You always have to find that one guy. Stop it.
Yeah, I don't know why he's being singled out.
It's crazy to me.
Because from the start of the
He's
season,
played
it's
like
been,
he's played the
everyone.
least out of all the guys. He's played the least out of all the
right?
guys.
Because he's played the least minutes, and when he is playing, he's made some pretty glaring errors. You're not really giving the guy the opportunity to correct those errors because you're not playing him anymore, right? So the memory of David is basically just major errors that he's making. So
let's flip it. Let's say we do get rid of him in January, and then what happens? Let's say that Dusan gets back to what always happens with him in January. His form drops and he disappears until, I don't know, he starts scoring again in May. And Openda hasn't hit the ground running or remains the same. Now you have Milik. Now, are you going to buy another striker after you sold someone you just signed for free 6 months ago? How is that in the benefit of Juve? And who are you going to sign?
Here's, like, for me, it's just, it's silly because why are we so against seeing a David Vlahovic combo up top too? Like, how come we haven't even seen that yet? Like, I'm fine to see that. Two guys that kind of contrast each other. Play it. Let's see. Dušan's at his best running at defenses. David can be the hold-up. David can be the guy that shows for him. Vlahovic can run into the space that's created behind him. I'd rather have that. Like, take a swing. Take a shot. Look at it. It's funny because everybody says that, oh, Jonathan David, if he's already lacking confidence, he doesn't have the mentality to be at Juve. Your team has to get confidence. That's like saying everybody at Juve right now isn't worthy of being there if you're talking about confidence, because guess what? They just went winless in 8. I guess you might as well get rid of Kenan Yıldız. Confidence ain't there because he went in a little bit of a slump. I guess we're getting rid of everybody. It matters what you do as a team. Don't pull in Canadian or any of this nonsense. I even said it's too soon to call anything on Openda. So don't give me Canadian. Don't give me Canadian bias. That's nonsense. It's literally, take a look at this team. Take a look at the amount of players that have been struggling for years now. You got, we're talking about a guy that was labeled. Dušan Vlahovic, labeled. Not Juve worthy, not Juve caliber. And now all of a sudden the same people shitting on David are like, I want to renew Vlahovic. What? Guys, we're going in circles. I'm just saying, calm down. Take it easy. One season,
by the way,
is okay to wait.
Everyone can be, and everyone can be disappointed. It's I have nothing against people being disappointed.
I'm not stoked on how it's going. We're not blind.
I'm disappointed with him as well. I just don't think the solution is to sell him in January.
I think, I just, if we're gonna do that, what are we doing? What kind of, like, look at the perception that shows when everybody knows what's kind of been going on at Juve, all the coaches, the sporting directors as of late. Now all of a sudden you're also giving new signings till January. So what does that mean if you're looking at clubs to join and Juve's one of them? You're gonna factor that in? Is that not gonna matter? If I was a player on the outside looking in, obviously, if you're talking about me, Berto, I love Juve. So if I was a player, I'd be like, well, yeah, naturally I love Juve. But if I wasn't in love with Juve, be like, I'm not really sure if I want to go there. It all matters, everybody. It all matters. Now I'm going to flip the question. How the hell do you get David going? What needs to change? What needs to happen? What's your solution to this right now? How do you get David going if you are Luciano Spalletti?
Put him on the
Be
field.
honest,
Yeah, start with
Yeah.
playing the guy.
yeah,
Right. That's the bare minimum.
that's step one.
Champions League matchup, space there. He did well with Lille Champions League.
Yeah.
Should he be starting this game?
You need to put him in positions where there's more of an opportunity for him to be successful. Playing against some lower teams would be helpful, but I mean he's shown that he's actually very strong in the Champions League. So I mean I wouldn't have a problem playing him today. But it's tough. I think
it's a must-win game.
Fair. He needs to get some minutes. And I think playing with another striker will help him. I think we've said that. I think the team needs 2 strikers up front based on the players that we have there. But I don't know. It's Spalletti's got a big job ahead of him to get some of these guys going for sure.
Yeah.
I think the reason he isn't playing right now is because his hands are tied. Because of injuries. I mean, this is not the formation we expect Spalletti to play, right? He's more of a 4-3-3 guy, 4 men at the back at least. Because of injuries, it's a bit tricky. David is not the only one suffering. Chico is suffering from that as well right now. So I'm guessing that as soon as he can play 4 at the back, then he'll have the option of 2 up front. Now, playing now with him and Vlahovic means leaving Yıldız out. And I don't want to leave Vlahovic out now because he's killing it right now. Seems to be in the right mentality, right spirit.
Yeah.
Every match seems to be confident. So it's, like you said, it is a Champions League match and it's an important one because we got to start winning in the Champions League. So I wouldn't throw him in as a starter today. I wouldn't. But we have a pretty slow month this one. We don't have any really tough matches, so I would start him on Saturday or Sunday, whenever the match is.
Saturday, the Derby della Mola, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I play him.
This one today is an interesting one. We'll get into it with Sporting because if you're making that call on who to go up top and what they're going to end up going, there's a lot of different ideas because Kenan Yıldız is at the forefront. And that was one of the things Spalletti was going to be faced. We played a really good team game against Cremonese, but the question was, now you got to get him in. What's the best spot to get him in? And we are going to get to that. I'm going to tackle this one from Skippy that comes in here saying, you say give David time, but Comolli you shit on after the same amount of time. Here's the difference, Skippy. Has anyone said Comolli needs to leave in January? Have I ever said Comolli needs to leave in January? No. Have I been skeptical of Comolli? Yeah, I have. Because I didn't like 1 million loans on players when we're paying fucking 10 on loans before the purchases. I don't like the fact that Douglas Luiz wasn't a finalized deal. I don't like the fact that Nico Gonzalez wasn't even a finalized deal. Okay? And you didn't have priority at the back line. Who's out, Skippy? Cabal? Bremer? Out? Yeah, I was skeptical. I still am. So you want to come at me for maybe shitting on Comolli a bit. Maybe I'll come at you for giving too much faith or too much love or praise for not really accomplishing anything. Juve hasn't accomplished shit. Couple words in the press, finally formulating a management team who still has yet to achieve anything. They don't deserve praise. They've done nothing to deserve praise right now. Like, seriously, what are we even talking about here? Giving shit to somebody and saying you need to leave is completely different. Let's try and stick on the same level, not deflect and not twist. Don't twist words. Don't twist things. Because that's when I start to get a little fired up. Stay on the same track. Now, let's get to the game. Sporting. if you're going to look at this matchup today, Sporting comes into, we laughed about it, Portuguese team. Would you handpick a Portuguese team in a must-win match for Champions League for Juve? Mas, what's the record there? How many, you've got it
16,
there.
16 games played, 6 wins overall, all time, against Portuguese team.
Yeah. Fantastic. Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. At least we're at home. We were stoked to be at home for whatever. Actually, Sporting's doing great this season. Playing really, really good football.
Killing it this season.
Playing really, really good. So, well, here you go. Sporting built around a possession kind of base, short passing system. They are not going to come in here and play that clamp down game. That ain't going to happen, boys. Like, they're going to try to be on the ball, and they're going to try to hurt us, and they're going to play vertical. They're going to look on the turnovers to hit back at you. That's going to happen, right? It's going to be really, really difficult for Juventus. That midfield battle is going to be crucial. And this is where you start to look at the lineups, and this is where you start to see where the story of this matchup could lie, right? And then we start to get into some of the calls and decisions that Spalletti has to make in such a short turnaround from that first match to Cremonese. And we are going to get in here, look at the Sporting lineup. Basically, Sporting does like to attack through the middle as well, and they make this box, and they've got these players. They got Ullman, who's been linked with Juve. Now you're going to get a look at him, everybody. Is that the way is that the route we're going to go? Is that the way that we're going to want to strike on that much money? That's a whole different topic we'll get to on the backside of this discussion. But let's get to this. This is Sporting, okay? This is what we're projected to see anyways, 4-2-3-1. And like I said, in the middle of the pitch there, they kind of have something interesting, especially how they use those wingers. And Trincao, Ullman, Morita. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of interchange and a lot of quick short passing, and then what happens is the fullbacks get involved. Like I said, you could see wingers not playing like prototypical wingers and getting in, and then the fullbacks launching forward. And it's interesting. It's all short passing through the middle, and then they just wait for a space, no matter where that is, to open up and then hit you. But this is what they're going to be coming at Juve with. When you look at Juve's lineup, this is what's projected for Spalletti to bring. And it's basically listed as a 3-5-1-1. McKennie could kind of be the wild card in there that might make this a 3-4-2-1, which was the exact same that we went at with Cremonese. If you're going to look at this, Di Gregorio, Kalulu, Rugani, Cope Miners. My goodness, what a back three. Cambiaso, McKennie, Locatelli, Thuram, Kostic. Yıldız, Vlahovic. Guys, you got a lot of questions in there. This is what they're expected to go with. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Let's start with Mas and then get to Omer. And of course, chat, fire away with your thoughts on this projected lineup from Juve. Mas, go ahead.
First, I love the fact that Kostic is getting some serious playing time just to rub it into Berto. I love it.
My villain arc is beginning, man. My villain arc is beginning. I'm telling you.
In full effect. But listen, the way Kostic has been playing, ride the wave, man. I don't know how long this is going to last, but keep putting him out there if he can put in some performances. I'm not going to say this guy's going to play all season, but for now, he's the option at left back, right on the left side. So, it's seeing Coop on the back there is, I think I said it in the chat yesterday, but like signing a midfielder, one of the best midfielders in Serie A, to come in and help this team, just to have him, end up playing center back for us is one of the most Juve things you can think of, right? That's just, it's wild. But I mean, he played well there, last game. So let's see how it turns out. But yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't think it's going to actually be a 3-5-1-1. I see there's got to be another player moving up there, possibly it being McKennie, to help out the attack there, because we're loaded in the mid, but it seems a little light up front.
Yeah. A lot of shouts for Chico. Where's Chico? Chico's kind of been the most effective at creating opportunities for Juve, and that's one of the concerns with this particular lineup setup if you're trying to get three midfielders in there. So it's one of those things, three midfielders, two strikers. Yıldız could be considered a second striker, but that influence out of the midfield, it's an interesting thing. Omer, what do you think about when you see that lineup? I'll just pull it up quick again.
First of all, is that from Albanese or
This one's
the
Albanese.
other guy? Okay, so it's probably true or very close to what we're going to see. Okay, so from the back, yeah, maybe Gatti needs a rest. I like Kalulu. I'm not on the Kalulu hatred. I actually think he's doing a great job. I get why he played Coop Miners there. Okay, playing against Cremonese, the way they played, Spalletti knew that we're going to have the ball and they're going to play counter-attacking, and there's no use to having three center backs who can't aid the attack and just passing the ball between them. So we put in another midfielder who can, push into the midfield and let like McKennie or Thuram stay a bit further while he stays in midfield. Sort of partnering Luka there and helping to move the ball. So I get why he did that. I don't get why he's doing that against Sporting, who are a lot faster and probably are going to be a lot more aggressive than Cremonese. But what do we know? Maybe it'll turn out to be a huge success. Great success. And the midfield I like. I like the McKennie, Thuram, Locatelli partnership for some reason. Lots of energy, lots of running. Very hard to escape those guys and get behind them. Kostic, I said in the beginning of the season that I think he's actually good to have as a backup. Then everyone shit on me, so I retracted that comment. But we'll see. We'll see who laughs at the end of the season. And Cambiaso far better on the right than on the left.
Yeah.
Far better. And I think Yıldız Vlahovic is right now the right way to go for this match. But tons of options from the bench, tons of interesting stuff that Spalletti can try, and I guess he'll shift into more of a four at the back during the match.
Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where right at the middle of the back line, if we're talking that sole position, let's start from the back, move our way up. Rugani's going to be the safest bet for me. Over Gatti, definitely over. Kalulu has no shot of playing there. I don't want to see a midfielder play in the heart there just because of some pace issues. No Locatelli there, no Cope Miners there. Cope Miners at left center back in the absence of Kelly. Kelly did not make the squad list. No problems there. We can continue off what we did against Cremonese. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't have some concerns there today, because Sporting is not Cremonese, and it's going to be a much quicker paced game. Yes, he was able to call and look comfortable and help guide, help kind of make some shouts and organize. But guess what? It's going to be a whole different ball game today, because against Cremonese, we managed to control for the majority of the game close to 60% of the ball. It wasn't until the very end that they started to ramp up the possession when we had a 2-0 lead and then go from there, and then they got their percentages up. That brought the average down to where they finished at like 51 and us 49%. But for the majority of that game, Juve had the ball and we were just pretty much stopping Cremonese from counters. And you were able to sit back, you were able to clean up situations and then move the ball forward, and that's it. This is going to be one where the backline's actually tested. Cominer's actually going to be tested today as a left center back. So, look good against Cremonese. It's going to be interesting today. I hope that we can have the same discussion around Cope Miners and his performance as we did after Cremonese, which was this was a strong showing. His best in a Juve kit. Hopefully that's it. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous about it. Then you get to the middle of the pitch. A lot of shouts in the chat here over Kefren Thuram. I don't think he's 100%, but I've been saying for a while, and even when he was 100%, this guy has to find ways to impact the game for Juve consistently. There's too many lulls. There's too many ghosted, like just minutes, long periods where he's just a ghost. That can't happen. I love Thuram, great player. He's got to pick it up. Has to find ways to impact the game for Juve positively. If he is not fit, why are you risking him? I'd rather not risk him if he's not fit. So it's one of those things. There's something very interesting there going on with Kefren Turam. I'm a little nervous about it, even when he's out there training and he's wearing like sleeves and things on his leg, whatnot. And it's like, I know this is a must-win game for Juve in Champions League. We have to get the 3 points here today. It's a big one. It's critical. 2 points up until now. You want to take this one, especially at home. I don't care if it's a Portuguese side. I don't care about all that goes out the window. You've got to win this one. So Thuram, I get it. I get why they're pushing him to get in there. He's got to find a way. If it's because all of a sudden we went from 2 midfielders, you had 2 attackers ahead of them, Chico, Yıldız, etc. Now all of a sudden there's an extra midfielder in there to kind of stabilize things. You still have to find a way to impact the game, to be the player that you are when you're at your best. He's got to figure out how to bring that out, whether there's a third man in there or not. And he was playing in 3-man midfields previously. Should not be an issue.
The strange thing is, having the 3-man midfield technically should allow him to play more of his game.
It should.
It shouldn't be a detriment, right? So it's...
But again, it comes down to how you're playing, like that hybrid role of who they're advancing. In theory, they should be advancing 2, because how you're thinking about it is how most would, where Locatelli sits back deeper and the 2 on either side, in this match being McKennie and Thuram, get higher up and involved, right? So it should allow him to do things like that, but he's got to find a way to really make an impact count. If we're going above that, Kenan Yıldız. There's 2 things. When we talked a couple weeks ago about a blueprint for Juve to succeed, for me it's 2 strikers, 3 midfielders. So Kenan Yıldız becomes this thing where you're like, how do you make that work? He either becomes one of your midfielders in the advanced role and plays north-south out of the center. Or in this setup, he's behind Vlahovic. I still think you need 3 mids and you need 2 strikers. So this becomes a bit of an issue. Because against Sporting, I want 3 actual midfielders in there. You can't deny Kenan Yıldız. He's got to be out there. That's why I'm not sold on this 3-man backline, because it's hurting you in another key area. 3-man or 4-man, it is what it is. But you got to have 2 strikers and you got to have 3 midfielders. For me, 4-3-1-2 is the way to go. And I believe that we don't know anything about Spalletti yet until after that international break. And I do believe he's going to play to something else. But for now, for today, if you want to stay in like a 3-4-2-1 or a 3-5-1-1, like you want to stay in this type of setup, then Kenan Yıldız right up at the top with Vlahovic with some freedom is probably the way to go.
This is the issue you run into when you have so many managers and you bring in players that maybe the manager doesn't want. Now you're in a situation where, okay, if we go 4-3-1-2, then what happens to your wingers, right? Chico's sitting, Grove is sitting, whether he's healthy or not, whatever. Or you go 4-3-3 and then you move Yıldız out to the wing where he's not as a quality player as he would be playing in the center, right? So we've done this to ourselves. Let's be perfectly honest.
Spalletti's doing all he can right now. He's only been in there for a handful of days. He's not rocking the boat. He's trying to do something that's a little as comfortable for these guys as possible while making minimal changes in Cope Miners coming to the back to help build up, and Cambiasso sticking to the right side. He's doing it very minimal. That's what's expected, and that's the right approach, I think, for right now. But if you're asking me, do I have confidence in the team setting up this way long term and beyond? Probably not. And I think he's got to probably end up going to something that's been Spalletti's bread and butter throughout his career, which is a variation of a 4-3-3, either 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 straight up. Eventually he's going to probably go that route. For me, I think this team, which is challenging because I think any way you slice it, you're going to have some shortcomings.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at this team, this is why it's critical to start getting something that has continuity that we can move forward with, because you've got a team that's a mishmash between two coaches previously. So if you want to give me a lineup sheet like today, there's gaps. If I want to give you a 4-3-1-2, might be some gaps too. Like we're an in-between squad because of all the changes and everything. So Spalletti's got to make do with that. But for me, I think looking at the players we have, it kind of aims more towards a 4-3-1-2 eventually and getting there. But for today, this is probably making the most sense.
Yeah, we gotta adjust expectations a bit and consider that he had
Yeah.
one training before the last match, and I don't know, and it was an away match, so came back the day after, so he didn't really have time with the team. So I don't think he's even trying to get his ideas across yet, and just kind of getting the feel of the team, of the players, and he's going for what they know right now. I believe that after the international break, we'll see a bit more of like a Spalletti type of game. But we are riding this new manager hype, early hype, and I hope it carries out to today. At the end of the day, no, I don't want to say it. It's not correct. But Juve can absolutely win it. Juve can definitely win it. I'm not downplaying Juve's chances. Yeah, there are tons of gaps. This squad wasn't built for a 4-3-3, and add the injuries on top of that. So you have no left back substitute, right back. You have to do with like a McKennie, and I don't know why João Mario isn't playing. A lot of questions, tons of questions. But
Yeah.
regardless, Juve can win it for me.
Yeah. Of course we can. It's been up to us. Like, I mean, we got to get our act together. Kostic today, though, this'll be a big match for me if I feel comfortable in this guy actually ramping up minutes. Because this is going to be way quicker pace and a much stiffer test than Cremonese. No disrespect to them, but yeah, I guess I kind of disrespected you. Like, it's going to be a way tougher test for him. Because with Cambiasso moving to the right, it opens the door on the left and what you're going to do there. A lot of people are saying they feel safer with McKennie going there. But Kostic today, he put in a solid performance. I gave him man of the match. He was the official man of the match. A lot of people gave him man of the match credit for the match against Cremonese. Today will make me confident and have more confidence. Do you agree with that? Would you, Mas, because you were kind of the same as me with Kostic and whatnot, would you gain significant confidence if he puts in a similar performance today, moving forward?
No, I think I've seen enough of him over the years to know what he is.
Oh.
I mean, out of necessity, you got to play the guy there. But if we had any other options that were viable, I would probably pop them in there. To be honest, I mean, we know what we get from him. There's these flashes of sort of, I won't even say brilliance, but flashes of a solid player. But he's very limited in what he can do in terms of his skill set. We know what he's going to do. He's going to bomb down the wing. He's going to cross balls in, and maybe 40% of the time they'll make their way into the box, right? So, like I said, he's on a good run now. Trot him out while you can, but I feel like at some point the momentum's going to dip, and we're going to need another solution there.
Gonna be interesting.
Right now,
Solutions?
I know it's.
We'll talk about it on the backside. Omer, go ahead.
Yeah, I know it's a bit funny to say, but yeah, he has more goal contributions than Openda and David combined. I don't know. He had a great match. And I think Cambiasso is better on the right anyway. Aren't a lot of options. It's either playing McKennie there or there. I actually prefer McKennie in the middle today because of the way they play and the amount of running that they have to do. I wouldn't put Miretti there. I wouldn't put Coop Miners there. They'll get torched. And so I do want McKennie in the center. Kostic is the only option you have, and right now he's playing decent. So yeah, it'll take him a lot more than a few good performances to reclaim his honor. Let's call it
Yeah.
that way. But so far, so good. Okay, I mean, so far, so good. Since Saturday, so far, so
Well,
good.
yeah. I mean, one match. Gremlin today.
Yeah.
I need something today in a Champions League matchup. You got the start. Now's the time. I'm a little concerned. But hopefully it's a non-factor. Now we get to this game. Form coming into this. Sporting 5 wins on the trot. Okay, in all competitions. Juve all comps, 3 losses, 2 wins. But of course, 2 wins on the trot. We got to build off that. We are at home. And I actually think that that's going to be massive for this Juve side right now. Especially if you're looking at the scenario, you're looking at the situation around the club, you're looking at the changes. Spalletti's playing up to it as well. Spalletti is playing up to the narrative of these guys needing to step it up to level off the weight of the shirt. He's playing it up. He's playing it up in every opportunity he gets. And he's owning that narrative. And you know what? It is what it is. I mean, the spotlight has now shifted to the players. It's also shifted to Elkan and upper management. And now there's a little more focus on the new group, Modesto, Comoli, etc., to like get things going, get things moving in the right direction. Enough's enough. We need progress. So the players playing at home, yeah, this makes me feel better about it too, because I said it. From here on out, the players will have a short leash with the fans. There's going to be a base level considered a standard for effort, and they will jeer them at halftime, even during a half, if it's not at the level required. So you know what? We can't be firing coaches every month just to get that new coach bump. Let the fans do the work from the seats. I'm not even kidding. Let them do that job. Let them help the coach that's in place to keep these guys in check. It's got to happen. So I actually think playing at home, big, just even from that aspect in what's all going on right now. We got to keep it going. Time for the prediction. Final score, a bold call, and then we're going to go a little bit different. First off, let's go final scores before we get into any tiebreaker or anything like that. Give me your final score prediction first. Omer, give me your final score prediction here today. How you feeling?
Listen to this. 3-1 Juve. 3-1
All right.
Juve. That's my prediction.
Son of a bitch, that was mine. Mas, what's your prediction? Final score.
I've been told I'm a little pessimistic when it comes to Juve lately. So you know what? I'm going to go for a win. I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to give it a 2-1.
All right. We got 4-3 in here. Oof, barn burner. 2-1. Penalty goal for either team. 2-1 Juve. 3-0 Juve. 3-1. 4-1 from Adam. 2-1 for Juve. 3-2. 4-1. Mitch is going 2-1. Trim's going 2-1. Suarez's going 3-2.
Lots of confidence.
3-1 magical realism there. 3-1 was my scoreline. And you know what? I have to change because Omer always, every damn time, gets so mad at me if he does a prediction before me, even though that was mine. But I'm just being, the host, letting everyone go first. I'm going to say I have had zero faith in calling it, and I still have little faith in doing it. But you know what? Fuck it. 3-0 today. 3-0. We get a surprising clean sheet. Probably not the prettiest clean sheet. Like, there'll be threats there. Make no mistake about it. Okay? And we bag 3.
Koopmeiner's on that back line. He's going to help us out.
Skippy's coming in here 2-0. Kostic brace 2-0. That is also. We got some clean sheets in there. Tony Rospeak going 3-0. Okay. And I saw the question there from Swarit earlier Sorry, there's so much discussion going on today. Yes, there is a watch along today. Okay, watch along for this Champions League game 20 minutes before kickoff. We'll be right here, everybody. Now, final scores are out of the way. We're going to have a little game here on the prediction. And the chat, you guys can all get involved, but we're not going to record everything or whatever. You've got to screenshot your prediction on this next one, because if you get it right, this might win you something on tomorrow's post-match show, everybody. So let's get involved here, okay?
I'm right all the time, and it doesn't win me shit, so don't buy into that.
First goal scorer, you're barely ever right. First goal scorer, the minute and how he finishes. So give me the first goal scorer, the minute that he gets it, and how he finishes. Left foot, right foot, header. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Kostic, first minute from a deflection.
Jeez.
No, I'm kidding. First goal. I'm gonna say Loca is getting one.
Damn it, you took mine.
The first one? Loca, okay.
You took mine.
Yeah, he seems to be really close. Really close.
That's exactly
sorry,
what I
Matt.
was going to say. God damn it.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Let me see. What's your minute? Let me see what minute you got.
25th.
Oh, I
25th?
had 27. Jesus Christ.
Is that what you're doing,
I know
Mas?
you guys.
I was going to say the exact same thing, man.
So are you going to keep it the same or change it?
Locatelli shot outside the box, 27th minute. And I was literally going to say it. He's been so damn close lately. So
Loca 20. So you guys are both going Loca. Okay.
Yeah.
Holy. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with Dusan Vlahovic. A left-footed shot from the right side inside the box, slotted over to him. Someone's going to pass it over to him, and he's going to slot from the right side of the box, left-footed, and it's going to go back post. And that's going to be in the 19th minute. 19th minute, Juve opens. So Vlahovic, 19th minute, and it's left-footed.
Wow, Chris, that was my second pick. Yıldız, 12th minute. And yeah, Ala Del Piero.
Let's see what we
I went with
got. 27th minute, Cope Miners from a free kick. Yıldız, trademark goal with his right. You missed the minute. Adam, get the minutes in there. Let's go. Mitch, Yıldız, left foot, top right corner, 22nd minute. Woo! Vlahovic, 27th minute PK. I was thinking about a PK. 23rd minute, Yıldız goal with a shot from the left of the box. David, 45th, left foot. Woo! Gatti, minute 35, first half header. Gatti's not in the starting 11, man. Well, he could be. He's not in the projected. Dusan, 18th minute, pen. Oh, man. Kenan, first 15th minute shot from outside of the box. Okay, you guys, got a bunch of you guys in there. Let's go. Save yours, because if you are spot on, hey, hit us on the socials after the match, any one of our socials with the screenshot if you're spot on, and we will hit you up tomorrow with what your prize is. All right? Good luck, everybody. Now, this match is a big one. Like we talked about, it's a must win. We talked about home, playing at home in front of the fans and everything. Spalletti, a lot of talk about Spalletti. People were bringing it up, talking about Spalletti himself and January, and they were talking about like what he's going to ask for. What does he need? Like, he's barely been working. Do you actually believe, before we kick off Storm the Barn, I mean, do you actually believe Spalletti is going to make demands? This is going around everywhere, like that he's looking at Fagioli in a return, etc. Are you buying into any of this, like Spalletti demands for January?
No.
Me neither. Not at all.
No.
Mas, are you?
Nothing.
I'm not, and if by chance it is true, I don't think we should be doing anything for the guy, to be honest, because as of right now, he's not a long-term solution as we sit here right now, right? There's no guarantees past this season, so if we're about to go buy some players for a coach that may not be here next year, we're just repeating old mistakes. So
I I don't believe it at all. I mean, we all know the situation around the team. If you sell somebody in January, you still have to buy somebody. The squad's still pretty thin, pretty limited in certain things. Like, they might look at something that they could pick up on a loan, kind of like they did last year, maybe at the left back position, somewhere like that. But it's going to be very limited. And I don't see Juve even saying goodbye to anybody. For Spalletti and all these rumors about him making demands, no, I think it's pretty much laid out to him. Like, hey, this is what you're walking into. This is what the situation is. And this is what we're looking for moving on, like, in the summer. He's on an 8-month contract. And honestly, that's what I liked about it. Because I said no matter, even if Spalletti wasn't my first pick or I wanted to go that route, at least they keep things, in their hands, Juve. So they did the right thing there. That's the best case scenario, is that you're in control. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. That, I give you credit, Kamoli, okay? That's good. It's in your hands what happens from there. But making demands in January, I'm not buying it. We also had rumors of a Locatelli-Fratesi swap.
Oh, come on. Come on, I don't believe any sporting director in the world is dumb enough to make that move. Giving your captain, your fucking captain, to your biggest rivals for their flop?
What?
No way in hell anyone does that.
If you give this rumor any bit of actual, like, life, you just definitely don't see Locatelli how I do. Because Locatelli would never. I would be shocked if he ever would go to that club. Because he's one of the few guys to me that actually, I think, gets it. I think he actually gets it. He would never do that. And if he did, hey, I'll be the first to say, wow, I'm shocked, ridiculous, can't believe it. But I don't ever see him actually doing that. Loca loves Juve. It's just Juve's fans don't love Loca. Like, it's crazy to me. But for Fratesi, what? No chance. No chance. No chance.
It happens. No way it happens.
Yeah.
And I like what Spalletti did. I like that he sort of, put the pressure on himself to prove himself. So when you do that, you don't come in with demands. The other option is that Komoli told him, we are going to sign someone in January. We're planning to sign someone anyway, a defender, a midfielder, I don't know who. But let's get to December or to January and see what the situation is, who is injured, who's back from injury, who wants to leave, do we get a big fee for someone that wasn't expected, and then we'll act by it. I seriously doubt he came in and said, yeah, I want an 8-month contract, but get me that guy in January, otherwise I can't make it. It doesn't work like that. He already put the pressure on himself, so you don't come in with demands when you do that.
Storm the barn, everybody. Adam, who do you think will improve the most under Spalletti? Mas.
I think if we ultimately end up going with a 4-3-3, which seems to be the expected sort of lineup, I don't know. I see Chico really maturing into a pretty solid player off the wing there, and I think Yıldız is only gonna get better as he ages in that formation. The only problem is he's not playing centrally, right? But it allows him to cut in and put in some bangers. So, I don't know. I would say Chico, personally.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Omer, who's your shout for who improves the most?
I think maybe not someone specific, but the wingers in general, I think, are going to thrive under his system. Maybe Turam, if you can get him to be like this sort of Anguissa type player, to really dominate physically the midfield, and and probably Cambiasso. I don't know. It seems to be going well between them. He also, although Italy were bad, Cambiasso actually performed pretty well under Spalletti.
The more attack-oriented players seem to thrive historically under Spalletti. I'd probably go with Cambiasso or Chico, to be honest, as far as like a drastic, like a noticeable improvement that you could see. So I think like Chico's end game will probably step up under Spalletti if I had to pick one. Cambiasso, I mean, God, he's been rough for a while, so I think it'll just naturally be an improvement. Skippy coming in here with us when I was talking about Locatelli not going there. He goes, Spalletti would never coach another Italian team either. But Spalletti's full of shit and always has been, and that's the history on him. It's funny, I was talking to my dad about the Spalletti signing, and I asked him, I go, what do you think of Spalletti? He goes, I never liked him. He's like the same as me. He goes, fanatico is what he calls him. He goes, fanatico. I said, well, who do you want? Like, what do you? He goes, honestly, he goes, they'll never do it, but I think that they should go in the future for Fabregas. That's who my dad says he wants to see coaching Juve at some point. I'm like, holy hell, man. I was like, Fabregas? He goes, yeah. He goes, I like Fabregas.
I was actually thinking that yesterday.
He's not wrong. Fabregas is doing phenomenal. The way he got that young, very young Como team to play, even against Napoli. I'm not even counting the match against Juve, because that was a shit Juve. But the way they press, the way they control the play, the way they understand his system, all those young guys, it doesn't seem like a young team who got promoted just recently. I mean, it's really impressive. I don't know if it can translate to the bigger clubs. We'll have to see in the future, but so far I'm super impressed.
Yeah, Fabregas, I think he's doing things right over there, at least, because he talks a lot about even what they're doing with the young guys and building. It goes, everybody playing the same system, the same style, the same setup, like plug and play, so that everyone's comfortable and everybody's ready to go. It is what it is, right? It's cool. He's doing good things there. Will it translate for him to big clubs and everything? Comes down to the philosophy, and is his philosophy going to require certain guys to be able to pull it off all the time? I mean, if you look at that Como roster, they're swinging above their weight class. Like, they're swinging above their weight class. That's got to say something about what he's doing. I mean,
if he gets him into Europe, he doesn't even stay in Italy, in my opinion. He'll move to one of the bigger clubs.
If he gets that team into European play, which was my prediction for Serie A this season, I said they'll get into European play, probably like 6th or 7th. I think like, or 5th, 6th, whatever. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised they're 5th, 6th, in that range. Maybe a playoff to get into Europe. Like, he'd be cooking. That'd be cooking for that Como side.
He'll probably end up at Arsenal at some point, to be honest. Once Arteta kind of his act wears thin there, I could see him taking over Arsenal at some point.
Everyone says Kelly is useless still, and he's probably our most informed defender. Fans are kind of spoiled and have no patience, which is fair because the last 5 years, team is a disaster. That's the issue. I mean, for me, I was never one writing the Kelly apology letters or anything like that, but I was also never super critical of him. Like, I mean, the media and like everything was playing up this Hoyson to Kelly like narrative, which wasn't the case, which was always unfair, and just like he got destroyed before he even stepped foot on the pitch. The first few times on the pitch were a disaster. Is he better now? Yeah, he's way better. But he's also at a left center back role in a back three. I'm kind of nervous to see him in an actual back four as a main center back. As a left back, I have zero interest in seeing him there after what I saw when he first came. I still see a lot of issues there that need to be cleaned up. So being the most informed defender, of a backline of Gatti and Kalulu, I mean, okay.
It's not saying much.
It will, exactly. But I think when Kalulu's at right center back, he's a different player, and that's probably the best we see out of Kalulu. And then you get to Gatti. The best you'll ever see out of Gatti is in a back four, in a pairing.
By the way, that's the thing with Cambiaso, in my opinion. Cambiaso is better on the right because Kalulu is better on the as like an RCB.
There's
Because he
also this
actually
thing,
has
like,
the pace to track back and join forward, so Cambiaso can be a bit more free. On the same side
thing,
with Kelly, it doesn't work.
The thing with Kelly is just like the thing with the group as a whole. They all have these like asterisks next to them. Like Kelly's got to be left center back. Gatti's got to be in a back four. Kalulu's got to be like right center back. Like he can't be a center back, can't be an out and out like full back, whatever. It's like I think Kalulu could be a full back, but Cambiaso's better off the right. So it's like you got to make something work. But one of the things out of the other games too is Cambiaso and McKennie actually do quite well together. And that was a thing that stood out too as part of helping him on the right side as well. Like they actually like pick up spaces between each other. So it's interesting.
Also,
it'll be interesting to see today too.
They had that partnership under Allegri as well in the first Cambiaso season, where we had like Rabiot, Locatelli, McKennie. They were partnering on the right, and they had a good thing going for a while.
Yeah. I fear with this Cope Miners center back gimmick, we are not going to go for an actual center back in January. I don't think we were ever going to go for a center back in January. I'll be quite honest. Mm-hmm. This team saw no desire to in the summer. Cabal's going to be back pretty quick. We'll wait to see end of this month. Bremer will start training again, and then we'll see what the scoop is there. But I honestly don't believe they will, period.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with Coop Miners.
Yeah, I don't think it does. And I still don't. We'll know more about Spalletti after the international break, after he gets more time and, of course, a week of a break. Take the guys that do remain back and work on a different setup. He might have a different setup, and there might be a completely different game plan for Cope Miners. I don't know if he's going to lock into this. And today could be a big determining factor, too, because this is going to be a big test. He will get tested here. When was the last time that Juve had a coach other than Motta that was known for improving players? Is Spalletti the first one after a long time?
Known for improving players? I mean,
Allegri improved players. It just wasn't the players everybody wanted to improve.
No, I think Conte was the last one to really improve mediocre players and turn them into like guys who can compete at the world-class level, like all those Giacarinis and Peluso, even at Chelsea, Victor Moses, and all those names that wouldn't go anywhere near any top club starting 11, and he won championships with them. So, yeah, I think Conte was actually the last one.
Yeah. Conte's crazy for that, man. Like,
yeah,
just making plumbers insane all the time. Sweaty, watch along tonight. Yes, 20 minutes before kickoff, my friend. What did Vanja Milinkovic-Savic say to Sergei Milinkovic-Savic when he went to a Taylor Swift concert? Sergei, Adam, whoa, buddy.
Whoa, trying to get the whole LGBTQ.
I would say this is a family show, guys.
Whoa. Buddy, take it easy. If we play 4-3-1-2, what are we going to do with Little Cheeks and Jagrova? Okay.
Little Cheeks. That's
Little Cheeks. Chico Conceição. Little Cheeks, they're calling them now on the streets.
Can we gas that nickname, please? Can we?
No, we gave it to Justin.
Yeah, Justin's Little Cheeks. So Little Cheeks, as in Justin, will not be playing.
That's what makes it worse.
If you play 4-3-1-2, here you go. If you want to get Jagrova in, even if you want to get Chico in, I am still of the belief that it's absolutely fine. Maybe you take away 2 strikers. Maybe your prototypical 4-3-1-2 involves kind of like Zhigrova with free reign, and you still have a 1 there. It could become a 4-3-3. It doesn't have to always be 2 strikers. I think you need to start games with 2 strikers. You could definitely change given the match, given what you need to do. But I'm also of the belief that Chico can easily play in that 1 spot. But that's just me.
He did in the last match.
I know.
It created a goal.
He was a little bit more off the side there and stuff. But like, I mean, with Tudor in the 3-4-2-1 at the start of the year, they were all interchanging. Like I said, when I liked what I was seeing out of David, Conceição, Yıldız, they were all over the place, and Chico was operating centrally in there. So I don't think he won't have a problem. Zhigrova's always played more to the outside, left side or right side. So yeah. I mean, for him, just make it a 4-3-3. If he ends up going out there, you got 1 striker. Like, I mean, I'm not really concerned about it. And if you take the 2, if it doesn't end up being 2 strikers, but another ends up being a forward, and 1 guy gets free reign out of there, it could still work. It doesn't have to be so rigid, right? Like, we don't have to think 4-3-1-2 and it's got to be 2 strikers at all times. It doesn't have to at all times be that. Could flex into different setups. 4-2-3-1 even at times, if you want to look at it that way. You could play Chico off the side. Play Zhigrova off the side. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
by the way, what did you think about Openda's game? I wasn't here for post-match.
I thought that Openda did a lot of good things. It's just that I think he did a lot of good things. I actually thought he played well other than the end product. I think he overthought everything at the end, and he's stepping on the ball when he needs to just rip it one time. And I think if he literally was firing all those on the one time, I'd probably have no issues with what he did, to be honest. That back heel he got lucky on the Kostic goal, but I think for the most part, he was helping create space. He was attacking spaces. He was getting in the right positions. He just, that end product, he missed a key pass to Vlahovic on a fast break in the second half right before he was substituted that he has to make. It was just end product, but his actual game, I liked a lot of the things he was doing.
Yeah, I thought so too. Thought I was the only one, but I thought he got on the end of a lot of long balls. He caused a lot of problems. He made the defense run after him all the time to the sides. He was stretching defense. His final product was atrocious. But that's something that can be worked on. Like, Spalletti can't tell him, don't hold the ball. Shoot it first time, wherever it goes, to the crowd or to the back of the net. Just do it. That's something that they can improve. Yeah. I mean, there are certain players that you see stuff that you just can't improve. They're just stupid or doing things badly, and but I don't think that's the case. I think he had a very good game, and he can cause a lot of problems for defense.
The crazy thing is, people are shitting on Jonathan David. I don't think Openda scored in like 6 months.
7 months.
7, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just like I said. It's not like he's the only one. I mean. But I think what people are thinking about is mostly the fact that David's on a free and that you get capital, whatever. But, I mean, who's coming in? Like, what are we doing here? It's just way too early for me to pull the plug, Not Juve related, but the Capo Cagnoniere race this year is just pathetic. Shows the level the league is at the moment.
Yeah, well, Juve aren't firing. Lukaku got injured before the season even began. I think Thuram is now injured. I mean, some of the big strikers that should be there, Keane is just, I have no idea what happened to Fiorentina, but I'm here for it.
I'll just fill everybody in case they're not paying attention, but Orsolini leads it with 5 goals right now. Çalhanoğlu is tied with 5 goals. De Bruyne at 4. Bonazzoli at 4. Like, it's pathetic.
Yeah, it is. It is. But Retegui left. He was last season Capocannoniere, right?
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah, all
Keane
the
is
big
not.
guys.
Yeah, because did Keane get hurt for a while? Plus, they're just doing awful. So he was up there yet last year, whatever. Hey, Vlahovic is
Yeah.
up there with 4. Maybe Vlahovic in his final season with Juve wins the Capocannoniere and then says goodbye.
Mhm.
I had the pleasure of going and chatting with the boys at the Calcio guys yesterday, and it was funny because they were talking about Serie A, and I was like, guys, Serie A is fucking weak, and we had this long discussion, and they go, well, no, the league's like way more competitive than when you guys were winning all your titles and I go, no, it wasn't. What are we talking about here? I go, no, it's just the names change, but the league's the same. I go, but I'd make the argument that you're barking up the wrong tree because Juve was actually dominant and actually had the strongest team. We were the strongest team and we played like the strongest team. I go, it's not that the league was weaker, the league is stronger now, more competitive. I go, no. The difference is the top teams in the league now play bullshit and aren't the top teams in the league. I go, Inter has had the strongest team for years now in Italy and doesn't play like it, and you wouldn't know. I go, Napoli this year was given the Scudetto in the summer. I go, but you wouldn't know playing by them. I go, guys, we just went winless in 8 games and we're 4 points out from the top. And you're telling me that that's because the league is more competitive? No, it's because your top teams aren't actually the top teams. Like, it's just bullshit. I go, and I'll prove it to you, I said. Let's take 2011, 12, 2012, 13 out of the equation. I go, from 2014 to 2019 even, the past fucking whatever years of Scudetti, 5 years, I go, any team from Juve in that stretch is by far better than any of the past 5 years Scudetto winners. And it's not even close.
We also had seasons that we needed more than 87 or 90 points
I
to
know.
actually secure the title. That's an insane amount of
I'm
points in
like,
one
so you're
season.
telling me because Inter finished 5th one year, 7th another year, Milan 5th one year, that's a weaker league. I go, bullshit. I go, we were out and out by far the best. I go, 15, 16, do you remember how Juve started? You
Yeah,
remember
in
how they
December
finished
we
that
were
year? I
like
go,
12th.
yeah, I go, we were like a 12th spot at one point, like at a fair bit into the start of that season. I go, and then we went on an absolute tear. I go, we were by far the best. Out of these past 5 years, I go, absolutely nobody comes close to any of those record-breaking teams when we went 9 straight. I go, it's nonsense to try and discredit that by talking about the league stronger now. Bullshit. The strongest teams aren't as strong as we were through that point, or it'd be a cakewalk right now, too. If Inter was truly as strong as they wanted to hype themselves up to be, they would have just went like 5 on the trot. And they couldn't. And they can't because none of them were as strong as any of those Juve sides. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
League's not strong. League's fucking weaker. League's fucking weaker.
Yeah.
We were contested. We had to win some late, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was Napoli even there. I'm laughing. I'm like, well, Napoli was competing with us. Napoli's competing now and was just competing with Inter. I go, so it's week for one period, but now all of a sudden it's considered competitive? What the fuck are we talking about? It's a joke. Anything to discredit Juve. But yeah, Serie A, super competitive. I just think that it's a lot of clown shows. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. That was Capocannoniere. Let's keep it rolling, everybody. What should Juventus watch out for from the sporting team? Give me your key for success for Juve in this one.
Shutting down Goncalves. He's their top scorer, top assister. It didn't show that by the stats you showed earlier, but he's the best player for me from what I've seen. So yeah, shutting him down. He's their main source of creation. Not the only one. They still have some great. Trincao is doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, stopping that guy, which will be Cambiaso and Kalulu's job. And
Yeah,
McKennie.
Gravina. Mas, key to victory for Juve. What do they got to watch out for?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I watch Sporting on a daily basis, to be honest. So I think for us, I want to see some bite in us. I want to see some motivation, and I want to see some guys get pumped up and fired up, and carry that throughout the game. I want to see their give a shit level be at the highest level possible. That's what I want to see, and I think that's going to be a key for the game. If they can do that, don't let an early goal in, because if you do that, that's we know this team is mentally fragile, and that could suck the life out of them. But show me some heart today. That's what I want to see.
The midfield's going to be crucial for me. It's got to be clean in there. We got to cut down the turnovers, because they'll look to play vertically quickly if we cough it up. So one of the great things about the Cremonese match, I thought, is that we had a lot less errors. It needs to continue today against these guys. Definitely has to continue. So just keep it clean. Win that midfield battle. Sporting's not going to come into our house and just sit back. That ain't going to be the plan. They're going to look. They're going to look to hit you, and they're going to look to want to control a good chunk of the ball. They're not just going to sit there. Greetings to Davide, who with his son and some friends are there at the match today for the first time. Enjoy it. I hope you get a victory to witness, all right? So great to see you in here at the live and while at the J Hotel. Say what's up to Albanese. He sleeps on the 3rd floor. Now we get to Sikoko. I don't understand the David slander. Do people not get how being constantly rotated has a negative effect on your confidence and form? He was good at the start versus Parma and Champions League final. Huh? Take it easy. Listen, when it comes to Jonathan David, I think we just need to pump the brakes, because I'm going to put him as a group with the team. Keane would be the new Osimhen under Spalletti. Bringing him back?
No
returns. No returns.
No, that guy and his form, season by season, he scored 0 goals for Juve, then almost won Capo Cannoniere for
Come
Fiorentina,
on, man.
And now, one good season, and let's see how this season ends. I don't want to buy another.
Fucking David's got a goal and assist, by the way, and people didn't want to sell Keane, who had none in a calendar year.
Yeah.
Just saying, everybody. Listen. Like, this going back thing, we got to just kind of stop. And Keane might have been a flash in the pan season with Fiorentina. And I'll be quite honest, I love where Fiorentina sits right now, because they're winless. Did they actually sack Pioli? He got the axe, I think.
I think so. They
and who did they just hire?
The Aversa.
That is just beautiful. Rocco Comiso, if they were to get relegated, oh my goodness, my God.
Chef's kiss. Chef's
kiss. That would be equal to just, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Be a fucking very close second
right
to
after,
winning a Champions League.
Them
Those
right
clowns.
Now, they can get relegated.
I would love it. You fire Palladino, who actually did well, had Keane going lights out, to bring in Pioli, and now you're winless. You're in relegation form, and you follow it up with D'Aversa. Huh.
They also fired their sporting director. Like this
it's amazing. I love it for Rocco Comiso. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Now, Mitch says, if we finish 4th, show signs of improvement, would you keep Spalletti? Come on, man. Spalletti. Mas, would you keep him, finish 4th, show signs of improvement? Would you keep him?
Nope. Straight no. I would not do that.
All right.
Reasoning being, it's rinse and repeat from the last 2 seasons. Why would we want to do that to ourselves again?
Okay.
Thanks for the top 4. Let's go into the summer and see if there's any better options for a long-term coach. That's what I would
Gio coming in here with a yes. Wing of Winter coming in with a yes. Omer, I put it over to you. Finish 4th. Signs of improvement. Do you keep him?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I mean, finishing 4th is just, it's speculative right now because we're 4 points off the top. I mean, we have to have we need to have like a big drop off somewhere in the season to finish 4th. Right now, we're very close. Like one win and one of the other teams loses, and we're already above 4th. So yeah, if we do see signs of improvement, and now you get a chance to ask for the players you want. I mean, his second season at Fiorentina was the one. At the Napoli is where everything started to click. So yeah, I would keep him.
I would say that it's not so much the positioning, 3rd, 4th, whatever. Like the signs of improvement, how strong are those signs of improvement? And the biggest thing for me is, what's the alternative? Who is the alternative? Because if there is somebody there available that I feel stronger towards, like, and this is just me, if there's somebody there that's stronger that would want to come in, that's available, I might go that route. Again, depending on how strong that improvement was. If the improvement is like good, super positive, like a lot of guys are doing well, we're having different discussions around the majority of the players at Juve, like Thuram's consistent, Yıldız is consistent, Chico's cooking, like if he gets David going, like, and it all makes sense, then I'm fine. You finish 3rd, 4th, whatever, let's move on. But if it's like minimal improvements and you still have a lot of the same questions around even him as a coach, who's the alternative? If there is a solid alternative, yeah. But if not, sure, keep him. Move on.
It's a tough one based on the position we're in right now and the amount of points now everyone else is doing. Because if we like joined in January and we were 10th, and you tell me, yeah, if he gets us into the Champions League 4th place, then that seems a lot less realistic. So I would consider that a success. If by January we're sitting 2nd or 3rd and finish the season at 4th, then it's a different story. So yeah, we have to see it on the pitch. The relationship.
It can't
with the
just
players.
be like you finish 4th, you keep them. There's a lot of factors that play into it, right? Like, and again, it's different. Even with Skippy bringing up that you want to give time to players, but you got to give time to Spalletti. Well, it's different. It's not the same. It's not apples to apples when you're talking about a coach versus a player. Because, like, yeah, you want to give a player longer than fucking... And to be fair, we'd be giving Spalletti more time than David if you wanted to sell him in January. So let's give them till the end of the season and then judge accordingly. But Spalletti, like, again, I personally, he wasn't my top pick. I wouldn't go anything, but I actually think that he's in the driver's seat right now. The narrative is all against the players.
Mm-hmm.
Skippy's playing that one up to a T. So he's well in line with that one, and a lot of fans are, and I'm down with it. I'm fine. Put the heat on players, etc. But guess what? Spalletti's in a position to deliver. Hopefully he does. He should. Because he's playing up the narrative all on the players. It's up to you guys. How am I doing? You're asking me about the tour? It's up to you. Okay, Perrine's like, stop touching my fucking jacket, you old pervert. Listen, like, it's up to you too, Spalletti. But he's in the driver's seat. The narrative is the players. The narrative is the upper management. He's got an 8-month contract. Nothing long-term. He could shit the bed. It's all good. It's no worse off. He's in the driver's seat. This could be a perfect situation where we need him, he needs us, and it might work out well. might be really, really good for Juve. Remember when Max Allegri came?
I was just going to say that. It's very similar to Allegri 1.0, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they threw eggs at him. They spat on his car, and look how that turned out. And everything is still up in the air. I mean, Scudetto is up in the air, up for grabs for anyone.
Yeah.
Coppa Italia is up for grabs. You can qualify to the next round of Champions League. I mean, everything is on the table.
I'm backing him wholeheartedly. It's all lined up for him. Like, he could do some damage. This would be a massive one today. He gets the job done today. Like, we win this game. This is a big one. You got a couple wins. One, Brambilla was there. Now you got Spalletti, Cremonese. You know, still a lot of work to do. He's barely been there. But, man, you win this one today, this is a big one. This is a big one. This could really spark a big turnaround. And I still say the month of Juve right now is set up very nice. The month of November, for Juve is set up very nice for them to go on a healthy little run.
Yeah. Oh,
we could be singing a different tune. We're all going to back Spalletti wholeheartedly, but if you're asking a question right now about what you would do at season's end, there's a lot of factors to factor in. Not just table position, but everything. Who's there? Who's available? What options do you have? What route you want to go? What team you're trying to build? The players, everything plays a part. So right now, let's just let the guy work. He just got in here, but damn it, let's beat the brakes off of Sporting today. Let's get the job done. Come on, baby. You guys, do you have any Storm the Barn? Do you have anything as we close out here and get ready for this big Champions League matchup? And yes, everybody, there's a watch along today. Do you have anything? Something you wanted to maybe touch on?
No. I think you are in sort of a better position right now. I feel a bit more confident. The kind of the anticipation is back a bit. Because at some point I just watch it. I just watch the matches because I just watch Juve. That's what I do. But I wasn't really into it, and now I'm super interested. And by the way, Brambilla should never coach Juve again. I want him to keep that 100% record forever. Be the only one who never lost or drew, just wins. Even Montero couldn't pull that off.
Go out on top. End it there.
Yeah.
End it there.
Yeah.
You know what? And you've got Mitch saying, I heard we might have a sporting director this week. Yeah, it appears that it's going to be Ottolini that will be coming in. But make no mistake, everybody. It's Camoli's world. It's Camoli's world. It's Camoli's show.
Yeah. So let's review that for a second. First of all, Chiellini, congrats to him. He got some new role. I have no idea what it means, but
he represents us in the league as federal counselor and whatnot. So yeah, he essentially took over the spot for Calvo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really, getting up the ladder quickly. But right now, so we have Comoli at the helm. He's like the main guy. He brought in Modesto to take care of team issues. He brought in now, let's say, Ottolini. He has Chiellini. He has this Ron Burgess guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Burgess.
It's Dan Burgess. It seems like they established a pretty good core right now to actually start working and not having to do each other's jobs, finally.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that? I feel like we have some sort of a, I don't know if they're strong, but a good foundation.
It can't be Scanavino, Elkan, Ferraro. This is the part that I sympathize with for Giuntoli that was just there. He had nobody.
Ron Burgundy. Can I call him Ron Burgundy?
He had nobody. And now you have an actual team. And you have guys that are involved in football, that have been involved in football. Like, that's the way to go. It's a no-brainer.
I like it.
So hopefully, and fingers crossed, I mean, it's honeymoon phase with all of this shit, everybody. Honeymoon phase with Spalletti, honeymoon phase with his management team. I mean, ultimately, time will tell. But it's honeymoon phase.
Can't tell me honeymoon isn't the best phase.
Well, no shit. Of course, man. Of course.
Yeah. So let's enjoy it while it lasts.
Do we see Miretti today? Huh.
On the bench, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let's
I
see.
hope we do.
I
hope he
think
gets
Spalletti needs to get Miretti integrated. I actually think he could help this team a lot. But let's see. I am I have positive vibes around Burgess. You know, I have a little skepticism about Kamoli, but I'm not like this guy can't do it or he's out like immediately. I'm nowhere near that, but I have some skepticism. Modesto, I mean, that's the guy they chose to kind of be a right hand to Kamoli and kind of be middleman from squad to him, etc., which should be fine in that role. Chiellini can do whatever the hell he wants around there. I don't care. I love the guy, right? So hopefully these guys all put it together and form something strong. It's something that Juve's lacked for a long time. We finally know it. Hopefully these are the guys. Skippy has a hell of a lot of faith in Kamoli. He says, he is my man. I have massive faith and will take my lumps if I have to. There you go. For me, I have question marks because I just haven't seen success at all these spots that he's held. And I kind of doubt the methods. But you know what? At the end of the day, just show me. None of the past matters. You know, even if we're talking players, past, all this, nothing matters. What you do at Juve matters. You got to earn your stripes. Not just the players, management, everybody. We said that a few shows ago. It's been sticking. Earn your stripes. Today, hopefully, they earn their stripes. Hopefully, we beat the brakes off of Sporting. Let's give them one of these. You guys, do whatever you do. Pre-game rituals. This is a big one. This is a must-win. We'll be back 20 minutes before kickoff. Mas, always a pleasure. Omer, thank you as always. And let's go. Get the job done today. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Ciao, boys. We'll reconvene in a bit.